There's a lot of momentum right now around lowering the voting age to 16. A few years ago, you would talk to people and they would say that's, the most ridiculous thing in the world. And now I think it's a combination of the fact that there's countries that have been putting this into action and have seen it work. I think the most frequent reason that people are against lowering the voting age to 16 is because they think that 16-year-olds are too young, and there's no possible way they could know enough about politics, their communities, or their world around them. 18 is just not a great age to start voting at. Young people are either in college or they're in the workforce for the first time. They're not thinking about voting. Whereas if you can have 16 and 17-year-olds vote, they're in their communities, they're in school, schools can talk about it and incentivize it.
One thing I proposed that is actually controversial, but the data supports it, we should lower the voting age to 16 in this country.
Climate change is an issue that will affect younger generations much more than older generations. And so I think when you have folks that are changing the debate without being able to vote, but it is their future, them demonstrating that the decisions that we make now should take into account what they think in the future is powerful. You've seen some of these activists, whether it's the climate change activists, the gun control activists, be incredibly articulate and move the conversations forward in ways that older generations have not been able to. You see countries around the world, Scandinavian countries like Ecuador and Argentina, that do have 16 and 17-year-olds voting and have more of a culture of political engagement, that have higher overall voting rates as well. There was a study that recently came out that looked at a number of countries around the world that lowered the voting age to 16 and had overall participation rates increased by more than 5% 20 years after the reform had been put into place. Democracy works best when you have more people participating. Right now we just, even in these primaries, we still have, less than a quarter of folks participating in a lot of these important elections. We got to figure out how to get more people engaged and involved, and this is a way to do that. This is not a Democrat or Republican talking point. It's just a fact. We're 23rd of 25 OECD countries in terms of voter participation when we're ranked. Americans are tuning out, and we need innovative solutions. And I'm not saying that lowering the voting age to 16 would solve everything, but it is a reform that is worth looking at as we continue to try to expand the electorate.